Just last week, someone watched one of my YouTube videos, then watched 3 more of my YouTube videos, went to my website, and hired me, all in the same afternoon. Now, the thing to know is that's not unusual for YouTube because of the way that this platform builds trust in a way that Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok never could. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to structure your videos so you can turn views into warm leads and sales for your business. Plus, I'm going to show you where to put your primary call to action. And by the way, it's not at the end of your video like most people say. To understand how lead generation works on YouTube, we have to compare it to some of the other platforms. So for example, a 45-second Instagram reel can give somebody a tip, but they probably don't remember who you are a couple days later. Meanwhile, by the end of a 9-minute YouTube video, the viewer feels like they know you. They've heard your voice, they've seen your face, and most importantly, they've experienced how you think. And because of that, the whole know, like, trust thing speeds up dramatically. So the reason I'm going to tell you a very specific place to put your call to action in your videos, which is not at the end, because the most valuable thing at the end of your video is generally not going to be joining your email list. It's to get them to watch another one of your videos. The more videos someone watches, the warmer they are when they do enter your world, and the more likely they are to invest in working with you. Basically, when someone's ready to take that next step toward working with you off of YouTube, they'll do it. You don't have to force it. That being said, let's talk about how to increase the chances of that, and it starts with making sure that your videos are memorable. This actually came up recently in my YT90 Growth Lab program. Someone asked, hey, how do I stand out when there are already hundreds of other videos about the same topic that I'm making my video about? And here's what I told them. First, if your video sounds and feels like every other video out there, even if they love it, they will not remember it or you 2 days later. Think about it. If you help people get more consulting clients, for example, and your video says, show up on LinkedIn and be consistent, totally forgettable, right? How many people are saying that in their videos? But if instead the video says, I booked my first client 11 days after I published my first YouTube video, even though I didn't have a single call to action in it, that gets remembered. That actually is my story. 11 days after I started publishing on YouTube, I didn't have a lot of views, but I had somebody comment, hey, do you offer consulting? And I said, sure. And the next day I had a client. So here are the 4 things to put in every video to make sure that yours stand out, starting with the easiest one, your face. I know there's a lot of interest in faceless video right now, but if you are running a business, you are not going to build know, like, trust without your face. And unless you have an identical twin, nobody else has it. Second thing to put in every video is your unique authority. What do you have, or what have you done that most of your competitors haven't? And if you're newer in business and you don't have a lot of success stories, for example, to lean on yet, you can talk about the time you've invested, the mistakes you've made and overcome, and if you used to be your perfect client now, you can share your own before and after stories to create authority. Third thing to put in every video to make sure you stand out are your stories. Stories actually make people feel, and they are the things that people remember. I've already shared 2 in this video. And the 4th thing to make sure you have in every single video is your strong opinions, especially if they're counterintuitive to most of your industry. Now that we've made sure your video is memorable, let's talk about how you're going to turn viewers into actual warm leads, and more specifically, when you're going to do it. There's a popular myth about this that I want to make sure to clear up today. Real quick, the hardest thing about growing a lead generating channel is knowing what to focus on. So I put together a roadmap that'll give you a customized plan for exactly where you are. You can pause this video and scan the QR code on the screen, or get the link to it down in the description of this video. It's completely free. The myth I hear everywhere is that you can't have a strong call to action for your business until the very end of your video. The reason business owners believe this is because it's commonly known YouTube measures how long somebody watches your video, and if a bunch of people bail, then YouTube won't recommend it to new people anymore. The reality is you can mention the right offer in your video even in the first 30 seconds if you do it the right way. Let me share the 3 important things to make sure you get right. First, every call to action has to be viewer benefiting. If whatever you're asking them to do feels like it's more likely to help you or your business than them, it's not going to convert. Second, your call to action has to be well placed. Now, I've already told you it shouldn't go at the end of your video, but there's more to it than that. If you scan back a minute or so in this video, I mentioned my roadmap, one of my lead magnets, but I said something very specific right before I did that. If you're curious, go back and see what it was and then drop it in the comments. And if you don't figure it out, I'll share the actual answer so we can all benefit from it down there as well. And the third thing you have to make sure to do if you're going to have your call to action earlier in your videos is it has to be quick. Even if you do the first two things I mentioned, but then you spend 30 to 40 seconds telling them about your amazing lead magnet or why they should book a call, you will lose viewers and your video is likely to tank. I actually have a framework that I teach where we replace lead magnets with need magnets, and I'm not going to go into it in this video, but if you are curious and you want to learn about it, I've got a free YouTube workshop. You can watch it right after this. I'll put the link down in the pinned comment. Now, let me show you one more place you can generate leads from your YouTube videos. And I love this one because it works even if they don't watch your actual video. I want to show you something to put in the description of your videos that can send you warm leads on a regular basis. And it's actually a strategy I borrowed from the email marketing world. And instead of one call to action, it's a list of 3 to 4 calls to action, each designed to meet somebody at a different level. In my videos, it looks like this. I go down to my description here, and you can see it right here. It says 3 ways I can help you get faster results. So you want to start off with something that is at least setting up what they're about to look at. And then the first one is to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Simple enough. Again, super low ask because somebody's already here. They're looking for more information. Great. So that is for somebody that's not necessarily ready to even join my email list. Second one, YT90 Roadmap. Join thousands of entrepreneurs. Grab the YT90 Roadmap to start growing your channel in only 90 minutes a week. And then here is the link. So for that, they have to give me their email address, so a slightly higher commitment. And by the way, if you can, make sure to get links that you can track so you know which videos are actually generating leads for your business. I have found a tool that I'm happy to pay for rather than trying to figure out manually myself. I'll include a link in the description if you want to check it out. And then the third one, free YouTube workshop. So I actually mentioned that earlier in this video. This is a higher commitment. They have to give me their email address and they actually have to show up to watch a workshop. Now, the last piece of turning YouTube viewers into clients is knowing if any of this stuff is working at all. But most business owners end up looking at the wrong metrics. Instead of tracking views and subscribers, let me show you the most important numbers that you should be looking at. Click the other video on the screen and I'll show you right now.